I learned since then, and through reading and through learning more of Dr. Joe, that it is possible to have an instant healing. I am, oh my God, just so blessed and grateful that I was introduced to this and shown a path that even a lifetime of injury can be healed. This was my experience and my instant healing. Started off with a triathlon. I'm an athlete, and I was in the biking portion, getting ready for a tour in Italy, just a family tour. And I figured I'd warm up, with a little half triathlete. And in the bicycle portion, I got hit by another biker. And this person, I felt his body heat come into me. I fell, and I knew that I was injured pretty badly. But what he did is he turned around and looked at me and saw me scraping on the pavement and didn't stop. A vision that stayed with me for 20 years of, why would you leave? So EMTs came up to me and they wanted to take me to the hospital, and I said, no. I said, you see that guy there? I need his number. They helped me back on my bike, and I managed to, one way or another, finish this race. I was the last person to finish, which I didn't care about. I had his number and I turned him in. I had a 70% detached shoulder, 70% detached labrum, torn bicep, torn deltoid, and a few other injuries. But we flew to Sedmond Hawkins in Vail, Colorado, and they put me back together. And it was a work of a year, but I knew that my athletic life had changed. I have 4 kids, and that's really where my energy had always been. But now, how was I going to provide for them and help them? Because 3 of them were triplets. So at that time, they were quite young. They were 6 years old when this happened. And for years, I would sit on the ground. I wasn't able to pick them up. And I learned how to do things, making myself believe that I was healed, making myself believe that this was acceptable. And I went on. I even played golf to a certain extent and continued my life. For years and many years after, my God, this was, I was a victim. And I realized I was a victim because of going to Dr. Joe's workshop in Denver in May of 2022. My girlfriend said to me, have you heard of Dr. Joe? I want you to come with me. When I was at the Progressive, and I heard Dr. Joe talk about, oh my God, being a victim. It was my whole life. And it was a change to realize that I was living as a victim. Why me? Why him? Why did he hit me? Why did he change my life? Why couldn't I get this vision out of my head? So when I came back from my retreat, the book that I was listening to was The Placebo. And I put on my earplugs, and it was a Sunday afternoon, and I just said, I'm just gonna go for a walk on A1A in Boca. And I'm walking. It was like I was planning for maybe a 2-hour walk. And I passed this gumbo limbo, which is a turtle rehab. I've never, ever gone in there. Never. And I'm drawn into it, and all I have is my headphone and my phone and my earpods. And I'm thinking as I'm going up, why am I being drawn to this? Okay, just go with it. I go in, and there's different groups of people down below, and I start walking down this walkway, and I feel this tension in my body. And I continue to walk, and then now my whole left side, which is where I had fallen, but is in the same pain. I think I'm having a heart attack. I'm hyperventilating as I get to the bottom. I'm crying, and I don't have my head is down like this. I'm standing in the back, and I'm shaking. I'm going like, what is going on? Okay, you're okay. You're okay. Physically, you're okay. I don't know what's going on. And I was embarrassed, so I stood further back from everybody because they could see obviously something was wrong with that person. And I tried to find a way out because I was hyperventilating, in intense pain on my left side, and all I wanted to do was get out of there, not even thinking of how was I going to get back to my car at this point. So I get out, I sit in a chair, I found a bench. This is after a few minutes of trying to get out. And I'm sitting, and I'm still crying, still hyperventilating, but the pain was gone. I turn around like this, and the cars are going by on A1A, and I'm looking at something, not realizing what I'm looking at, but I was looking at the exact same spot where I fell, where I had my bike accident. And this chill goes through my whole body. Once I realized that, you're gone. You're no longer significant to me. It faded, the number faded, the vision faded, the pain faded. It was just another spot on A1A.